Welcome to the Financial Power Play, the podcast where hockey meets real life money talk. I'm Brett from Uptown Wealth Management, here to help hockey families and professionals create a financial game plan that works on and off the ice. From the rink to retirement, this is your go-to for real stories, smart strategies, and trusted advice. Let's drop the puck and dive in. If you're part of the hockey community, a parent, player, coach, or someone working behind the scenes, you already know how unpredictable the game can be. One season you're traveling every weekend, the next you're juggling gear, tournaments, and maybe a mortgage renewal. And here's the truth. The hockey lifestyle doesn't just test your commitment on the ice. It tests your finances off the ice too. That's why today's episode is special. We're going to walk through the 8 key financial areas every hockey family needs to master to stay financially strong. Think of it like your financial playbook, your roadmap to make smart money decisions, reduce financial pressure, and protect your future. And if you want to follow along with everything I'm talking about today, grab your free guide called the Financial Playbook for Hockey Families and the Professional Hockey Community. You can download it right now at uptownwealthmanagement.com. Go grab it. It's packed with checklists and worksheets that'll make today's conversation hit even harder. All right, let's drop the puck. Let's start with the foundation, smart financial planning. In hockey, every game starts with a plan. You don't just show up and hope for a win. You've got a game sheet, a strategy, and line matchups ready. Your finances work the same way. You can't tell how many hockey families I meet who make great money but still feel like they're playing catch up. They're covering team fees, travel, gear, maybe running a business on the side, and yet there's no clear financial system behind it all. Smart financial planning starts with structure. That means understanding where your money comes from, where it goes, and how to control it, not the other way around. You can start small. Open 2 separate accounts, one for everyday expenses and one for future goals. Automate a set amount to that second account every time you get paid. Think of it like setting your defensive pair. One covers the net, the other supports the play. It's about balance. And when you have a plan, you stop making emotional money decisions. You're not reacting to the latest expense or worrying about what's next. You're playing your own game. Remember, the best players don't chase the puck. They control the play. The same goes for your finances. All right, now let's talk about cash flow. This is one of the toughest areas for hockey families because expenses never come evenly. One month is tournament fees and new sticks. The next is car repairs and school costs. Meanwhile, income, especially for coaches, trainers, and small business owners, can fluctuate. I've seen it firsthand. I work with a hockey dad who runs his own goalie school. In the winter, his income is steady. But once summer hits, bookings dip and the bills don't. He used to stress every August. Then we built a system that matches money to his season. And here's how. We mapped out his income by month using last year's data as a guide. Then created a season float, a separate account holding 3 months worth of expenses. Every busy month, we set amount went into the float. When things slowed down, the float covered the gap. It's like having a backup goalie. You hope you don't need it, but when you do, you're thankful it's there. For families with salaried income, the challenge is usually spending, not earning. The best thing you can do is track your cash flow for 60 days. Write down every expense, from groceries to gas to that new composite stick. You'll be surprised where your money leaks. Once you see it, you can fix it. You can set limits, automate savings, and even plan for the expensive months, because they're coming whether you like it or not. When you get this part right, you stop feeling like you're constantly chasing your tail financially. You start to feel in control. All right, Next up, let's talk about one of my favorite topics, taxes. I know nobody loves this part of the game, but here's the thing. This is where hockey families can win big. Most people think taxes are something you deal with once a year, but that's like only working on your shot at training camp. You need to plan all season long. Once, I worked with a former junior player who now runs skills camps. He was paying far more tax than he needed to because he didn't structure his business properly. We set him up as a corporation, tracked his expenses, travel, equipment, even part of his home office, and suddenly he kept thousands more in his income. That's the power of proactive planning. And here's what to focus on. Maximize deductions, track travel, training, and business expenses. Use your RSP and TSA wisely. They're not just savings tools, they're tax tools. Plan ahead for income fluctuations. If your income is inconsistent, we can smooth it out using income splitting or incorporated strategies. The best players don't give away goals. Don't give away tax dollars either. And if you want to see exactly which deductions apply to you, it's all laid out in the financial playbook for hockey families. You can download it right now at uptownwealthmanagement.com. It's free and it'll save you time, money, and stress come tax season. All right, let's keep going here. If you've ever watched a tight playoff game, you know defense wins championships. You can have all the scoring talent in the world, but if you can't protect your zone, you won't last long. Your finances are no different. Risk management is about protecting what you've built. For hockey parents, that might mean making sure your income is protected if you get hurt or can't work for a while. For coaches or small business owners, it's about covering liability risk and building a cushion for slow months. I once had a client, a skills coach, who slipped on the ice and broke his wrist. He was off for 2 months. Because we had disability coverage in place, his income continued, his business stayed afloat, and his family didn't feel the hit. That's a win. And here's the keys. Have an emergency fund that covers 3 to 6 months of expenses. Review your insurance coverage regularly, life, disability, and critical illness. If you own a business, make sure your contracts and liability coverage are rock solid. You don't want to wait for something to go wrong to build your defense. Think of it this way. Every strong team has a goalie they trust. In your finances, insurance and savings are that goalie. They keep you in the game when life takes a slapshot at you. All right, we've covered the foundation of building a financial plan, managing your cash flow, saving on taxes, and protecting your defense. But before we end this episode, remember, grab your free copy of the Financial Playbook for hockey families and the professional hockey community at uptownwealthmanagement.com. It's your next step towards playing the full financial 60. I'm Brett Cranson. Thanks for joining me on the Financial Power Play. And until next time, stay smart, stay focused, and keep playing the financial game to win. Thanks for tuning in to the Financial Power Play. If this episode sparked something for you, be sure to subscribe, share it with your hockey crew, and leave a review. Want to talk about building your own financial playbook? Visit uptownwealthmanagement.com to book a free consultation. Until next time, stay focused, stay flexible, and keep playing your game.